what we got here today, we have Neuland, the Z-Man Games printing. There's more than one printing of this game. It's a relatively older game, and it's kind of well known for having a confusing rulebook. So we thought we'd try to make a video to explain it. It's kind of a learning experience for us because we played this once, like 3 years ago, and haven't gotten it back to the table. So we're trying to refigure the game out ourselves. We ran through the rulebook offline, and actually I have a printout of alternate rules that are supposed to explain the game a bit better, but I'll kind of go through what we're going to do in the game here. So the first thing to note is that each player is going to be consuming various actions by moving along this. Each space you move along this is one action point. And basically, whoever is in the back of the action track takes the next turn. So the further I go, the longer of a turn she could get. And that varies more in a 3-player game than a 2-player game, obviously. But I could also like move right up behind her, stop, and then take a second turn immediately. The main thing we're going to be doing over the course of the game is we're going to be trying to turn resources into other resources. And what the interesting conceit of this game is, you can end your turn with workers on a building, and then that's how you hold a resource. You put a worker on a building to get the resource, and then when I got this other building here, like I can consume the one food to get the wood on this one. If I end the turn with a guy on here, I'm holding that building. She can't use it. I have that resource across turns. But next turn, this will lay down, and that means that this is not Catan. This is hopefully more interesting than Catan. When this lays down, that means I have to consume this by the end of next turn. On second thought, this is Catan. Let's roll for sheep. So I'm going to continue with the tutorials. I hope you're having a good evening, Okapi. So, we're going to be starting the game with these, by putting our couple of starting buildings on here, and we're going to be able to use those to produce some resources.
The rule book is very insistent about that it goes the other way, even though I don't think it matters gameplay-wise.
But, when you're moving resources, the next big rule is if I need to send this food here to produce somewhere, if I send it within the same hex or any of the bordering hexes, that will cost me the minimum cost, which is 1 for production or 0 for building. And then if I go out further, if I go 2 spaces away here, it will cost me an additional time point, and then 3 spaces away costs me another one, and that's what we're tracking on the outside.
So do you have to have a guy on each step of your chain?
What do you mean?
Nothing. Just keep going.
And ultimately the goal is these buildings at the top. We're trying to produce those. They have a number on them, and that's the number of these markers we put down. We put down all 8. First person to put down all 18 markers wins the game. That's the end of it. So it's just a race to get all them down. So we've got these flipped up to show what they do. But this cluster will cost us a wood to build, and these will cost a stone to build. Those will also cost a stone to build. So I think it might be most instructive at this point just to dive in. I should cover a couple of these bonuses. You have a wood and a food you can use once per game at any time, and the wheelbarrow removes any time cost for doing something, again, once per game. So I guess I will go first, just to go first. So these go on the board first for free, and then I take a turn.
Yeah, these 2 don't cost anything to build, right?
So, they do not. So the very first thing I'm going to do...
But building copies... Nope, I was about to say... These are the only ones of these...
There's more.
More food ones.
There's more.
Okay.
And they have to match the terrain. I didn't mention that, but it's pretty straightforward. Terraforming Mars is not actually my favorite game. We don't actually have that one. It's too many cards. Do you have too much memorization on those? So for my first action, I'm going to go here. The minimum cost to produce is 1. So we will produce 1. And And yeah, when I put this video on Board Game Geek, any random interjections, that's Twitch chat. I don't actually have Twitch chat on the video. I should really change that if I'm putting these on.
That's why people put the Twitch. For the longest time, I'm like, why are people putting their chat feed on the stream? It didn't make any sense to me. The chat feed's right here. I can see it. And then I realized it's for not on Twitch VODs.
Yep, but I'm not going to be able to address that now because I didn't plan that far ahead.
Anyway.
So I'm going to produce one food. Then I'm going to produce a wood out of that food. I'm going to consume this worker to go here. Cost me another time. And then I can make a building, any of those top 10 buildings. And I think what I'm going to do then is if I put this in an adjacent hex to build, I consume this, and that doesn't take any time because the building is free. Now for the rest of my turn.
So you can use another worker to reserve stuff for...
As long as you're planning
But then you'll have less workers to use.
As long as you're planning to consume it shortly thereafter. Yeah, but you only can have so many resources. I'm still a little
confused on the role of workers and how they work, so I'm just watching your turn.
Yeah, you only have so many... The workers represent the number of resources you can have in motion at any given time. Let's see here. And yeah, Terraforming Mars. I enjoyed it, but it was not the Eurogame Messiah I was led to believe. I agree. I'll play it, but I won't play it with more than 3 people because it bogs down. And yeah, Arkham Horror, not my kind of game.
No, that's more of a thematic game. Jason doesn't care about theme. We often say that Jamich would play a game about shoveling poop as long as the mechanics were good.
Okay, so do I want to do anything else, or do I just want to like stop my turn here and kind of see how it goes? I'm just like, I can do more. I can like do more production here. Let's just play this out. So I can do another one of those. I can consume this to make another wood.
See, I thought you had to use a worker on each step.
I consumed this worker in order to put one here. Because I used that food. That food is gone.
Okay. But he's laying down, but you're just saying he's coming off already?
He's not laying down because I haven't passed my turn yet. The laying down comes...
Okay.
When you start your turn, you lay them all down to indicate that that you have to use them or lose them by the end of the turn.
Okay. My brain's still having a little trouble wrapping around that.
So I'm going to consume... So I should have spent by now 4. I'm going to consume this. Again, building...
So are we not alternating? You just use your entire...
You go until you want to stop. But whoever is further behind on the track takes the next turn. So I'm going to do one other thing here. I'm going to produce this. Then I'm going to consume that to produce this. I'm going to go here. Now I'm going to stop. And now it is your turn.
So I can use any of your buildings that you're not reserving?
The first thing you should do is put those out. And, yes, you can actually clog that up behind me and hold those buildings hostage on me, which is fine, and maybe I should consider that going forward. But I do have a spare wood if you really stick me in a corner.
So if you really wanted to, you could conga. Okay, I'm seeing what's going on here. So basically, if at the very least this guy is blocking this spot, that's the very least. The very best is you're hanging on to this fabric for next turn. Is the best. How does building work then?
And actually, building a fabric is not. This is actually not a great move on my part.
Because you don't have a stone.
I don't have a stone, so I think what I am going to do, rather than actually passing, because this is a new game and we're feeling it out, I'm gonna take these off the board, and I think I am gonna spend another 1 I'm going to produce that over here, and then I'm going to hold down this as well, and then I'm going to end my turn.
Okay, I think I'm getting it a little more. So basically this game is about combos, and you win the game.
It's about production chains.
By getting a full combo. By properly inputting your fighting move. Okay, so I have a will. So if I put a guy here, that gives me a food.
That will cost you 1.
And then I'm converting the food into wood.
Yep.
Now there are many, many buildings I can build with wood. Basically anything but this lump.
And the scoring buildings at the top are stone as well.
Okay.
That's indicated on the back of the tiles. We don't necessarily like the production.
I understand why there was a second printing of this game.
I think this is the second printing.
Oh, I wonder if the first printing
printing. So this has like the Uwe Rosenberg kind of, the Clemens Franz art. The first printing was actually very abstract and honestly looked a bit better. But there's also the rules were different in the first game.
So obviously you're going the fabric route. So if I want quick points now, I can go the... I don't even know what that is. Garbage rocks. I can go rocks and a gray cylinder.
I think that's stone.
Stone? Well, then this stone.
Oh, the gray cylinder is stone. That is iron.
Okay. Well, I mean, this and this are a different resource. But...
Yes. This is not. This is also different from that.
Why are so many of the resources gray?
That is stone. That is what you got to pay to build those buildings. So that's the one that's called stone.
Let's head that way. So I am going to use my 1 wood. I'm going to consume my wood to build a building. This has to go on a mountain space. So I'm going to put it here.
And because it's on an
and
adjacent
building
hex,
doesn't cost you a time, right?
Not inherently. And you're not building it far enough away that you have to pay one.
Okay. So then I could combo into a stone and build a stone building if I were feeling frisky.
Mm-hmm.
But I think instead... so I need that. So instead, I'm going to make a food. 1 time, let me know if I'm doing anything wrong, but it's starting to click.
So good.
To make a food into wood.
It's another time because you're still within the same production area.
Well, but I did it.
You did 1. It's 1 for each.
Yeah, but you moved me 3.
You should be a total of 4.
Okay. Whatever.
Because you produced 4 times and then you built 1 building.
And then I will build, use that wood to build one of these here. So this gets 3 random things. Does that happen before? Or?
So when you build that, I go in the bag and I pull out 3. And then you get to arrange them in an order of your choosing, which they're all black.
Good job!
So...
let's see, what uses black? 2 of the level.
So, for the purposes of the camera, the one closest to the center of the hex is quote-unquote top. So the way these work is whoever takes ownership of that building takes ownership of the top resource, and then once they consume it, that goes away. And once the mine empties, then we draw 3 new ones out of the bag.
What are these tokens for?
The smelters work the same way.
Oh.
It depends on what you pay into it is what you get out of it.
I see. So now I can produce a stone and a black cube, but what I want is a gray cube. So I can try again. Do these change at all? Or is that just for the rest of the... No, it's... I really wanted a gray cube.
I think I moved 1 space too far, did I? I'm counting mine up. I spent 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I should be at 7 and not 8.
So is this one of each of the 3?
You pay a black and one of the other 2.
Oh,
and if you pay a black and a white, you get a white token. And if you pay a black and a gray, you get a gray token.
So when I consume this, it pops off and it's the next one now?
So you put the worker on it, and you take control of the top one.
Mm-hmm.
When you spend it, yeah, the top one goes away, and the next one is what's available for the next person.
And you said in the revision it refills when it's empty?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what can I turn a black cube into? I can turn it into one of these. But there's no other... The fact that there's only black cubes has kind of thrown a wrench into my work.
Build another mine.
I could. I think I probably will.
I think there's just more ore than other stuff. Yeah. You win by doing combos, so this is Guilty Gear. I kind of thought Killer Instinct was the really combo-heavy fighting game, but you know, what do I know?
I guess I'll just build another mine. So... one time to turn something into food.
Yeah, the food's always going to cost 1 because it never comes. You never move it any distance.
Food into wood. Wood I'm using to build a mine. On this last McBobber. Really? Okay.
Well, we're not getting much variation on the mine.
So this
just
guy
to prove there are grays in here. I didn't stack the bag.
Well, a black plus a white will get me something, so that's good. I think I'm just gonna end there. I could clog some stuff up for you, I guess.
If you end there, you get the next turn.
That's why I'm thinking about ending there. Then I don't have to worry about you clogging stuff. Or I don't have to worry about clogging stuff up for you.
Yeah, if you leap ahead of me to clog stuff up, then you would be doing that to do that.
So what can I do with a white basket?
But you could definitely just say right now, I'm ending my turn. This is a good place to end my turn.
I'm going to end my turn now so that...
this comes all the way over here.
So that I can start the next turn.
Which means you can now go as far as here.
Okay. So I'm looking... I need to memorize some of these chains here. What's a good chain? So... You're kind of blocking off the fabric track right now. What else is there? There's
not really. You can get fabric. You just have to move it a bit. Remember, you don't have to actually be adjacent to something. You just have to pay the time to get it there.
That makes sense. So a sloshy bucket. What makes the yellow towels? This building makes yellow towels out of wood.
It's probably paper.
Well, then it's not drawn very well because it looks like...
It
looks like microfiber, medieval European microfiber towels.
It's just unbleached paper. That's what they had to do.
This is still a wood costing building.
Yeah,
yes.
You can see there's this little ravine here. It tells you what the difference is.
I just want to take a giant Sharpie and go... That would make it so much easier to read. Okay, so I have a plan. Let's try to do the plan. My plan starts with turning nothing into food.
You fell down.
Growing some food.
Now, just to note, you can't end your turn when you're on the same space as I am.
I know.
But the camera doesn't.
Then I'm going to turn that food into wood. Then I am going to consume that wood in order to make a yellow towel maker. That has to be on a forest space, so I'm going to put it here. Then I'm going to spend some more time to make a food, turn a food into a wood, and then what did I needed? Turn a wood into a towel. You're probably right. That probably is paper. Now, I should actually have counted out to see if I have...
I mean, this is this.
That's nothing,
there's no
right?
distance. Well, it's 1, but there's no distance to it, so yeah.
So then I'm going to... Oh, I need a stone to build that building, though, don't I?
Yep.
That's fine.
Which is another 2 over here.
So I'm going to do the stone first. So food, wood, stone.
It's 2 time.
Slops. I don't know what's in that bucket. What is this?
Time. Wool?
It looks like roofing, so I'm going to go with hay, probably.
Given that it's turning into cloth, my guess is it's sheared wool.
So, this is what I got right now. I got a paper towels, I got this, and wool. I got a stone.
That is wool.
So I am.
This is paper, by the way.
I am going to consume my stone guy who is carrying stone in order to build. Let me make sure I get the right building. It is.
Now you don't have enough actions to finish this turn. You're going to be able to make the paper, but you won't be able to send it there. So if you build it, you're at risk of me potentially sniping the paper from you.
But I can leave these 2 guys here, right?
You can leave them there. There are other... I can introduce extra copies and snipe it from you if I think it's worth it.
I don't think you're going to think it's worth it. So I am going to build... Oh, that is true. So
and keeping in mind that, like, I can go all the way around. If you go here, I can go all the way around. I can stop here.
Okay, I'm going to keep... Yeah, you're right. I'm going to keep my stone guy here and end my turn.
So now
it's starting to make sense.
So now this comes forward to me, and I lay...
So the game is not just building your combos, but other people can steal your combos. So you got to leave your dudes in a position to block your combos off.
So let's see here.
And then you have delicious pizza flavor filled combos.
So I think I am going to start by getting a stone producer. So I'm going to remove the wood. Not this one. I'm going to remove this one. And I'm going to build a stone producer. That's going to go here. Like that. Now I'm going to spend 1 time to consume this guy to move it here. Now both my laid down guys have been consumed, so they aren't going to get wasted. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to build probably yet another mine, as I feel like the mines are something that will not hurt. So I'm going to build a mine.
And it's going to be all grays. I mean, we mostly have grays left.
We have 6 black, 6 gray, 3 white, I believe. So, all black.
How? You don't get to draw cylinders out of the bag anymore.
Now, I think... So, with that, there is a whole lot of that. But where do I go from there? I'm looking around.
So really, the thing I didn't get before is what's really limiting your turns from just going forever is the time track.
Yep. So I'm going to take a food. That's going to be 1 time. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to bring that over here. So that's going to be another time. And when I consume that, that'll use up a black. I'm going to do something very similar. I'm going to come over here for 1 and then here for 2 more time. And then I'm going to do, then I'm going to put this on food. I'm going to end my turn.
You just smashed your guy.
So these all lay down. These have to be consumed or they get lost at the end of this turn.
So where my guy's technically supposed to be laying down right
No,
now?
it's not your turn.
Ah.
I stopped before I passed you. So.
Oh, it's your turn.
Yep,
Oh no. I understand.
So you can take basically you can take 2 really big turns back to back if that's the thing that makes sense for you. So I am going to spend 1 time to bring this over here. Then I'm going to spend, it won't actually cost me any time to consume this to build a smelter, and that's going to come over. I remove that from this space so I can bring this down here.
flip the inside in.
Yeah, I always want to put them on the outside border, but that's
I
what they
know,
want.
because it looks way prettier that way.
Then I'm going to...
Like I did with this one.
I'm going to consume...
No, I got that one.
I'm going to
right.
consume these two. And then these will go back in the bag, and that means I have a white there.
Do you get to choose that one?
No, it's based on what I paid. I paid white, I get white. This is so this is coal. This is the heat that you apply to the raw material to make.
I get it. I understand.
So with that, I do have to go at least one more action here. But I'm going to spend, I think, making sure it's still live. It's still live.
Yeah.
Our cameras had, like, the cable for the camera, if you bump it, it can freeze. So we got to keep an eye on it and make sure it doesn't freeze again.
That was is the video live check.
So I'm going to go, looking at these, I am going to go 1, 2. I'm going to consume this to build this. Then I will consume that. Consuming that doesn't actually cost me anything. Now,
it does.
It's in the same. Oh yeah,
it's a different spot.
You're right. That it's not the build. It's the movement.
You're taking the weight and you're.
Yeah, it was the build that didn't cost me any time.
Yeah, but using it does.
Yeah. I just got a little ahead of myself. Then I'm gonna do another 2. And then I'm gonna stop my turn here. And it's back to you.
Okay, so I am going to consume this stone to build...
Yeah. The interesting thing about this game is how much more sense it makes in motion than it does standing still.
I'm going to put this here because it'll cost me slightly less time that way. Okay. Then building doesn't cost me any time. I am going to consume this resource, which costs me 1 time. Now this is a distance of 1, so it costs me 2 time, right?
Sorry, I wanted to check a rule. These do go back in the bag.
So I used this one. Well, that's not. I used this one, but that cost me 1 time.
Yeah.
But this paper's coming over from over here, which is a distance of 2, so it cost me
a total of 2 times.
2 times
for the whole thing.
1, 2.
And then you get to drop off a coat of
But
arms.
now I get to drop off a pointer.
And we're counting the points down, so the first person to 0 wins the game.
And that consumed this guy. So now I got to think about what I want to do.
And I'm pretty sure those buildings are one shot. Once somebody's got points, nobody else can ever get points on them again. Yeah. Must not yet have coats of arms. So I can't... That production chain is now dead. But there are other things on the board that can be done with it.
So I could do what you did and stop now and
then get another really long.
Take a longer turn.
Or have the option to take a really long turn. The thing is, if you take a really long turn, you're giving your opponent basically the same thing.
Do I want to stop here? Do I want to keep going? I think I will stop here.
I don't think there's any... You don't even have any guys to lay down. I don't think there's any harm in stopping here. Even if you decide not to go the full way around, there's no harm in stopping.
So...
The turn order track is probably a little more interesting in a 3 or 4 player game, but we haven't gotten a chance to do that yet.
So I'm going to make a food to stone. I'm going to make a food food to black cylinder. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I might just take this one all the way. Food.
Yeah, these go to the. These got to go all the way to the pillars.
Wood. Wood to paper. And how many are each of these?
What's your plan for the paper? You can't go digging down in the pile, so keep that around. You have to. They have to actually come off, I believe.
Oh, are these in order?
That was my understanding.
Oh,
that is my understanding. Let me check. You may only use the top building of a pile.
Okay. Then.
So if you want
to
step things back one step to the wood doesn't hurt you much.
Oh geez, that messed up my entire turn because I was. So where are these two buildings not covered then? Yeah, they're not covered. Yeah, I didn't realize. Okay. So can I just start my whole turn over again? Because we know I was here and I didn't have anyone on the board. Is that okay?
Did you build any buildings this turn?
No.
Okay. Then, yeah.
It's really easy to rewind that.
As long as you didn't build any buildings.
I built 0 buildings this turn. So, I just really misunderstood the rules there. Okay. There's a just fabric building. You are not sitting on fabric right now.
No, I mean you just were using that part of the train.
So I'm going to start over again. I'm just going to make a hay.
Oh, that goes to the post.
Yeah, sorry. I keep putting it on the arrows. I'm going to turn that hay into some linen.
Yep. Very
European pink linen because they definitely had viable hot fuchsia dyes back then. But I actually appreciate it because the color scheme's pretty bad.
Yeah, I actually think the first printing of this game was much more abstract, and honestly, I like it better. If I had a chance to trade it straight up, I would. Okay,
food is a time. No, I'm going to do this food instead because it's closer to the stone.
I think that makes sense.
Food into wood. Wood into... sorry. Food and...
It's a stone.
Food into stone is what I meant.
And your time is where you want it to be.
Yes. I am going to use the stone to build, which costs 0 time. I am going to build this building. It must go on a mountain. If I put it here, it'll be free.
Oh, 1, but... Yeah.
I am going to consume this fabric to move a coat of arms. Now I'm deciding if I want to clog anything up. I do. I want to probably clog up paper, honestly. That would be 3 time to clog up paper. Can we agree on that? I'm clogging up paper for 3 time. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, you're gonna have.
And I'm ending my turn.
That stays up for
now.
It goes down at the beginning. Oh, and you could lay it down if you really wanted, but it doesn't really matter at this point. So now you've got a paper
that I must use next
exposed.
Turn.
All right. So I'm gonna pull this, and I'm gonna build. A building building might not cost me anything. Let me leave that there until I actually build it. I'm gonna build this one. It's gonna go here, and yeah, it won't cost me anything. So this can just come off. I'm gonna move this over here, which will get me 2 coats of arms.
Oh, I just saw something else I should have done, but it's too late now.
This is a game of regrets. I'm not sure I understand the strategy deeply either. I'm just mostly trying to focus on
mechanics.
Getting through, yeah. All right, so looking around,
No, I'm okay with what I did. I changed my mind. I'm good with what I did.
Okay, how many workers would it take to do that? All right, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. Stop. So given this, so now I need to start taking actions. I'm gonna need one of these. It'll cost me 1, because this is still real close. This will cost me 1. Then from here, this will cost me another 1. Here to here will cost me another 2. I'm gonna build this bad boy over here. You're consuming this one, so that's still free. And now to take these 2 over here is going to cost me 2 time. That'll get me 3 points.
Isn't it 2 times each?
No, it's the longest distance. The goods ship out at the same time. It's just you can't start production until the last one arrives, right?
Got it. Oh, then I probably paid 1 extra time last time. So if you had a 1 and a 2, it would just cost 2 and not 3. I think at one of them I took 3, but I don't think it's going to be a huge deal.
So then I want to leave myself some... I want to clog some stuff up for next turn, and I'm going to stop with... This guy is not down here because that's just the coat of arms and I'm done. But oh, and I need to consume.
That's for the camera.
All of these are consumed, by the way, and they go right back in the bag. So if you want to graze out of the bag, nah, I can't pull them now that I put more stuff back in there.
Okay.
Anyway, you have a lot of potential actions if you choose.
Not really, because you're blocking all the food.
I mean, you do have a food, you have an emergency food or an emergency food. I just mean in terms of number of actions, you have a large number of actions. But I'm blocking the food for that kind of reason. To kind of cajole you into having to build another food building.
Which costs a wood, which I would have to.
You have a wood.
Yeah, I do.
And you have to consume this by the end of this turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go check those old rules real quick. The old rules say you may spend 3 actions to forage for food. And I'm honestly kind of thinking that's a pretty good rule, TBH.
I'm probably going to burn my food. Does the food cost time as well?
It's going to cost a normal production based... Like, it's as if you were in the square. So, like, if you do a production, it'll cost you 1 time.
To make this food, I'm going to turn this food into stone. I'm going to... No, I'm not turning the food into stone. I'm turning the food into a black cylinder. So now I just need a stone to build the building. So, no, I am going to turn that into snow. We're just going to use my wood in the same turn.
Where's this?
I'm going to use my wood to build this.
I'm looking for the rules on those tokens. If they even bother to mention what they do anywhere in the rule book. I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I think that based on the ability to clog those up, that the idea of having forage for food for 3 times is a good rule to have, and that taking it out was a bad idea.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Anyway. Food. Stone.
Okay, the using those markers didn't cost you any time, so if you want, move it back
1,
2
2
spaces.
Consuming this for no time to build this one. No, this one. This is the one I have the resources for. We're gonna put it here, I think. Consuming paper takes 1. Consuming this takes 2.
But it's a total of 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're not additive. So I can drop off 2 tokens. And I unfortunately might have to use the bathroom soon. I will clog up a food for 1 more, and then I will stop. Now which way do I want to roll? Fabric and claws. What makes the claws?
Which one are you looking at?
This.
Ah, okay.
I need to smelt for that. Maybe I should just do the other one. Is that one still available? What's available? Fabric, sword, food is available. Paper and hot stuff is available. Single sword is available. I'm thinking about going for just sword. The just sword building is still available. So to get just sword, I need a gray thing, and we have no gray things on the board.
Nope.
That's why no one's taken a sword yet, is because
nobody can make iron.
No one can make iron, so that's not a plan. There is 1 white on the board, so I could make a silver, I think it is. And that feels like a good plan. So I am going to...
Yeah, that's silver ore. Silver ore and coal makes silver non-ore.
I am going to turn a food into a white. That is 1 time. I am going to make a food. That is another time. I am going to turn this food... Yeah, and you're not sitting on that. I'm going to turn this food into a black, which is another time. Mm-hmm. Now I have a white and a black. I am going to use my white and my black to make a silver.
Okay, put the white version of the token on there.
And then I'm going to think about which way I want to go with the silver. There is a hot pot plus paper out there that is a big 3-pointer. And I feel like that's really doable for me right now.
1, 2, 3.
Where is paper? The paper, food to
4,
paper.
5.
So 2 to get paper.
You don't have a lot of leeway to finish it this turn.
No, but I'm going to set it up. So I'm going to sit on that silver because that's the only smelter out there, right?
Oh, but these are consumed and
yes.
These immediately replenish. There's 1 gray.
So I'm going to...
1, 2, 3.
I'm going to consume this for the fire for one time, but I'm going to let that lie. Then what would I need? I need a stone.
You get to arrange these, by the way.
I want the gray on top.
So put that in the center of the hex. And then this one as well. You get to arrange
that one. I want to just leave how it is. I don't want you to have both the grays. So to finish off this combo, I need a stone to build the building.
Wait.
I need a paper.
Sorry, you didn't actually do that one. You did that one, right? You did it off this. I
did it off of these two, yes.
Yeah, so I cleared off the wrong stuff.
Okay, so we're good now?
Yeah.
In that case, I'm going to do this. Sorry, I forgot. So to finish this off, I need a stone to build the building, and I need a paper. So let's work on... Let's queue up the paper. So I'm going to do...
Oh, you went to the arrow again.
Food. Food to wood. Wood to paper. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clog up a food so I have one guaranteed food. Then I am going to end my turn.
I think you might have missed one movement, but I think you might have paid one extra earlier, so I think it's a wash. Let's see. What's my plan here? I mean, I think I do, in fact, have to build another mine. Because, like, I can't even consume these for anything particularly meaningful at this stage.
And black is the easiest to get because you can consume it from wood. I mean, it's cheaper to consume it straight from food via the mine, but you can always finagle your way into it.
Like, I need something else that, besides coal by itself, isn't helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to go 1. And then we're going to take another 9. Actually, hold on. Before I do that, I think I'm... No, it's going to cost me time either way. So let's go 1 and then 2 time, because I'm going to have to build it all the way over here. It is this one. This comes off. 3 more. All white. Well, that's all white is better than... It's better than all gray. It's that way I can...
How was that? Oh, did the old ones go back into the bag?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Like, because otherwise we were guaranteed to have a few grays left. If it's... I didn't know that the ones that disappear go back into the bag.
I'm going to produce a white. Then I will probably take 2 hops and produce a black here. Then I'll wrap my turn. And from there, I'm going to start by, this is going to go 2, it's going to be 2 time to smelt over here. I need a white. Let's go back in the bag. It'll take me... I'm going to actually take a look and see what I can do with this. I'm going to go 1, 2. Then I am going to take this and I'm going to make some tools. Just 1 space away, so that doesn't cost me anything to do.
To build, but to use.
Yeah, I haven't used it yet, though. We are going to go 1, 2. That's another 2 production. Then this here. This is 1 hex. This is 2 hexes away. So to bring this over here is going to be 2 more. One big reason I want to do this is
I got that. And that gets refilled probably at the end of your turn.
No,
and don't forget there's one black that's not sitting in the bag.
It gets, oh yeah, it gets refilled right now, but I do have to put that back in the bag. It gets refilled as soon as it's done, and that's part of my purpose for doing it. All right, then I'm gonna spend my food, and that's gonna put me on here with no time so that I can claim that gray. I have these. Yeah, I want this one as the. Oh, I removed this from the wrong end. It was gray, black, gray. I want the gray.
So is it's center out, right?
Yeah, it is from the terrain outward.
I see why it's important now. Because you might think this is the center.
Well, you're supposed to stack them vertically. It's not at all ambiguous if you stack them vertically, except the camera couldn't tell.
I see.
So I'm trying to put them like center in. Then, oh, this was, I believe that was here, and I believe I have one with my last move.
But even for traveling, it helps you.
And I must stop there. But I'm going to secure at least one.
But also, it's to tell distance, too, because you can tell this is 1 hex.
Yep.
But I suppose it'd be even better if it were an outline.
I mean, I'd honestly, personally, probably put them the other way. Like I said, I have some concerns about the production of the game more than the gameplay.
It's my turn?
Yeah.
So this should be here?
No, that goes up to you.
Okay.
So you can have a lot of action here if you want, because I didn't have a great position to do so.
I'm changing this food into stone. I am using this stone to build this building.
Just so you know where you're starting from. For costs.
Oh, yeah, I guess I should wait till I do that. I'm using that stone.
These should all be laid down. These two should be laid down because they haven't been used yet.
But there's no cost for building, right?
There's distance cost.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's come up yet for me. So I'm building here.
So yeah, no, that one still doesn't. That's only one. That's free. That's 1 space away.
Then my furthest resource is 2 spaces away. So that costs me 1 2 time to resource? Consume this.
Is that not 3 hexes away? Oh yeah, 1. Yeah, 0.
But this is 0, right?
But so it costs 1 just to do it. So it's 1 plus a penalty of 2. So it's a total of 3.
Okay, cool. Then move me 3.
From here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you didn't move it yet.
And then that is 3 big pointos. Are there actually enough things to consume our points?
Yeah.
Okay.
They get higher value as you go down.
Then
you get 2 actions and you can pass, or you can take 4 actions and let me have a turn.
Then I gotta think. So this would be consuming the gray, right?
Yeah, I've got that gray, and this is set up to be black, black, gray, because I wasn't going to be that friendly. Because I was out of time and couldn't really control them both. I don't think I played my actions as well as I could have, honestly. I went too far down the end of the chain rather than being blocky. And I do feel like we're starting to run out of what silver is actually good for.
So we have rock and cylinder, but you're going to get that cylinder. I guess I could just make another mine and see what comes up. I honestly think that might be my best bet because almost everything else requires stuff I don't have. So sword. Sword is... What's sword come from? Sword comes from gray. So I'm gonna food, wood.
Now, if you want to stop there and have another big turn, or if you want to take your other two and have, then let me go next, but keep me from doing basically a double lap.
Food. Done.
And mandatory stop.
I'm saving myself some food.
There are good reasons to do that. Let's see here.
Well, food's a really easy resource to consume, first of all.
And also, yeah, you can just block them up, which is why I kind of like the forage rule.
Mm-hmm.
But what I need to do here is I need to food to stone, which is gonna hop me over. Oh, I put these on the wrong space. They go here. Food to stone is 1. Then from that, I need to build stone building from here. 1 space away. Consume it. Drop off 2 crests. I'm gonna take another couple of points. My numbers are accurate. We should be about tied. What I mean, exactly tied. Looks like we are. Alright, I have no guys on the board.
This guy, unless you used him.
No, I didn't use that yet. Okay. And he should be laying down because he's got to get consumed. I'm gonna spend 2 time. We're gonna take both of those over here. May I have a gray, please? I'm gonna just squat on that right now. I'm gonna take that just because I think it is required for me to be remotely safe. Now, do I want to go grab any more stuff from here? Time costs would start to get a little pricey. Let's see. We'll go 1, 2, 1, mandatory stop.
Okay. I am going to consume this wood to build a mine and hope for some grace. I am building... That's still a 0 cost build because 1 away is free, correct?
Yep.
And I get to order these or they come out randomly?
Get to order them. I'm gonna let you pull so you can't yell at me. I didn't even pull them.
Honestly, the black is more useful than the white at this point.
They are in there. They are in there.
Put them back. Put them back because I'm going to turn this food into a wood. Then I'm going to use that wood to build another mine. Then we're out of mines.
Well, they're... No, so mathematic... Are we? Oh, yeah. Because we've been consuming them. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, there's not really much order on that. I can take the bag back. Unless you want to be the bag keeper.
Okay. Now I have choices. And I gotta think about which direction I want to go. So, what do I got? I got one food. So, I'm going to consume this food for a stone. Then, I'm going to do this food since it's closer. I'm going to turn this food over here. I am going to consume this stone to build this building.
Nope, that's probably from
here.
You should be close enough. That shouldn't cost you anything.
Yeah, I gotta build and then remove people. So I have the gray, so I still need the stone.
3 more total points.
1, 2. To get the stone, then it's 2 distance and... Or, sorry, 2 distance and... No, that's free.
It's 1 because it's a production.
Yeah, but 1 to drop off a single point here.
My tie is now
Now, I am, because I want... This gray is gone. Now, because I want another gray, I am going to spend 2 more time. Food... Gray.
And now you have to basically spend. You might as well put another worker out.
Food. This food is more centralized.
You might as well put another worker out at that point.
Okay, these 2 are use or go away.
Yep, I gotta lay mine down. So I actually have a large number of things on the board right now. So let's see. I want to start. I'm gonna make a stone for 1. Then with the stone, I'm gonna build this, and I'm gonna build this right here. Then I'm gonna take these 2 here, and the distance is, the total cost is 2 because this hex is 2 away. Make a sword. This comes off. This comes off. You can have that back. Do I actually want to claim that gray right now? Okay, I have to move this white. So I'm gonna take a. I'm gonna go 1, 2. Then I'm gonna come over here and this one's free. That's gonna cost me a total of 2 to bring this white and this black over to this smelter. So bring this here. This is out. Now I get to reload this one's space. 2 blacks and a white. I think we'll put the white first and then 2 blacks. And then with the rest of my turn, I think I'm just gonna prep for next turn here. There you go.
Do we have the sword maker out on the board yet? I don't think we do.
I'm on the sword maker.
Okay.
There's another one, but you have to actually build it.
Yes. Let's see. What do we got? Sword, fabric, food. We got fabric, white, black. We got paper, black, and we got single sword. I honestly might make the other sword maker. So... Or should I abandon that gray I'm blocking and just go for paper black? Either way, I'm going to want a black cylinder. It doesn't matter which way I go on that. So we're going to start by turning this food.
Well, the only way to save the gray, you don't have to make a sword with it. You just have to smelt it. But there's only one smelter on the board. You'd have to build another smelter.
I'm going to start by turning this food into a black cube. Yeah, I really do think that's going to be better. What is under that one? Okay.
It's on. That's what your board is to tell you is what's under that.
Yeah, I know. I think that's. I'm just gonna do that. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2. And then things are actually gonna happen. So I am going to consume this stone to build this building. Unfortunately, it has to be a little bit away.
So that was the stone?
Yep.
Yep, so that's going to cost you 1 time for building.
1. Now I can stop, right? And it'll be my turn again?
Yes, but you will lose that. You will lose that guy.
Otherwise, I can go 1, 2, 3 actions.
Which isn't going to get you. It's going to build you a smelter.
So
but it's
I'm going to stop and just let that go. That was a waste of an action, unfortunately. So then, I am going to. The furthest is 2, 1. This is free. No, it's.
First is free.
So 2. So this will cost me 1 to consume these 2 goods, right?
It cost you 2 because there's a cost. It's 1 away plus a cost of 1 for using a good.
Okay. So 2, 1, 2.
And how many shields is that?
That is 2 shields. Okay. What's under the single sword? Sword and a food. So what I should do. We're gonna do. I probably shouldn't have let that guy die, but oh well. I made a mistake. That's allowed.
Did you take one of those off when he died?
No.
Because I think that goes with him.
Okay. So, food here. Then I need a black. So food here.
Surprised you went that far away and not to the other mine that was closer.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there might be good reasons to go to this one if you want to clear this one out. But if you're planning to like bring them together.
No. Let me actually. I don't think it matters in the end because
depends on whether you're trying to bring them to this smelter or build a new smelter.
I'm trying to bring them to that smelter, which you're sitting on right now.
It's fine. You don't have to get there this turn.
Maybe. But you might block it again. But then I can just build a new one. So I'm going to put on a food and call that the end.
Okay. So I'm going to
So do these guys lay down, or are these guys use them or lose them next turn?
Next turn, technically you lay them down at the beginning of your turn. Alright, so what I have to do here is I have... Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go 1, 2. And I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna bring this over to 1. And then I'm gonna build with this. From here I have to build 2 spaces away, so I do have to pay 1 time for this. And then given that, I need to spend another. I want to bring this in a. Do I still have a guy down here? That should be laid down because I certainly haven't used that yet. Then 1. And then from there, this guy is the furthest. We're going to use the cloth. Yeah, so let's see here. 1, 2. I'm going to use the wheelbarrow to do this without spending any time to fulfill this. Here's a cloth. Here's one of these. And here's a coal. That'll drop off 3 discs. And that seems like a real good time to use the wheelbarrow because I think I would have had to pay 3 extra to do that. Then I need to do another 1, 2. Oh, this time marker, where was I? I think I was there, but I forgot to adjust it. I need to pay another 2. And then I need to build from here. I'm building the base sword. From here, that will cost me another 1. And then 1 space away to bring the sword over. Dropping off another 2. And then I would like to have some food and mandatory end of turn. There you go.
Okay.
Should be down to 6.
So,
I had to use every move to not lose anything that turn. It was rough.
So to take this gray over here is 1, 2, 3.
Let's see from here.
First, so free 1, 2, and then plus 1 always.
So yeah, it's 1, 1, 2. The smelter is all the way over here. Yeah, it'd be 3 or your wheelbarrow.
So I'm gonna do. You know, that's a good time to use my wheelbarrow because we're getting towards the end of the game.
And I believe that turns it from 3 all the way to 0.
So we're smelting these 2 into some gray ore.
I will take those cubes back because first I emptied a mine, then you emptied a mine. This is my mine to stack up. This is your stack to.
So this is my mine and my mine.
Yep.
And you which one is mine? It was this one.
Yeah.
Nah,
I'm gonna leave that out
I'm
there.
just gonna put it in the middle
because you're probably not going to be able to take both those grays.
So then that needs a black. So food to black is a time. So sword and food.
Making that sword will cost you 2 time if you do it now.
I am gonna do it now. 1, 2 for this and this is a sword. And then I actually need to build the building. I have to keep that in mind. Actually, this might be a good place to end my turn. I am going to end my turn here. I must use that sword, so I actually got to do this thing. So I need a food and a stone to build the building. So food, stone is 2, 1, 2. Then just food, 1. Then I need to build this building. Or do I want to go, you know what?
That's wrong pile.
It's this pile?
Yep.
You sure on that?
Yep. The
Okay.
helmet to helmet.
Stone, food, fabric. Fabric is open.
fabric.
So that's 2 to do fabric. Then I need to build the building. What's the closest place I can build this building to my other resources? Unfortunately, it's very far away. But I have all the resources. I have a food, I have a sword, and I have a fabric. But that's going to be max distance, which is 4 time, right?
Should be, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, but it's worth it because I get rid of 4 tokens and deny you the opportunity to do something similar. And then just to be safe, I'm going to at least put 1 food on the board.
That's the end of your turn.
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, I need to put myself in a position to take this home. I think I can do it. So I need... Here, I'm going to need to... I'm going to start with 1 time to get a white. Then from here, 1 time to get a gray. Actually, we're... And then let's see, it'll be 2 time. It'll be from, okay, so from here, that's 1 time. 2 time over here to that. Then I need to go smelting, which is gonna be, yeah, it's just that smelting distance is just huge. So I'm gonna do, oh, 1. I forgot to move the cylinder, but it doesn't matter because I'm not passing you. I'm gonna take 2 here, and then I'm gonna end my turn. And then I'm gonna spend 3 coming over to the smelter here. Gonna bring white with me over here. So that's gonna cost me 3 time because it's a long way over. But that's a white. And then these guys are all laid down. So we're gonna do 1 here to claim that. And then I'm gonna take white and black, and I'm gonna go from pay 2 to get over here. This goes away, this goes away. I refill this one. Then let's see, the other thing I wanted to do. Oh, this guy, this one's still laid down. I still haven't used it. And I might, it doesn't really make a whole ton of sense to use it. I've got 4, huh? Okay. Brown. It's like this is gonna put me, I still have my wood token, so I'm gonna consume this over here for 2 time. Did I just, yeah, the black in the center, and then I'm gonna spend another 2 time, take the black and the gray over here. Oh, that goes, that's just 1 time, it just goes over to the smelter. I'll take this. And then this space needs to be
Which order are these in?
Black is in the center. I went black, black, gray.
So gray is currently available?
Black is currently available.
Okay.
Pointing towards the center of, pointing towards the terrain is what I want out of it.
So it's like this if there were a stack.
Yeah. All right, so I have one action left, and with that action here, and I'm taking the longest possible turn, I'm trying to block off some stuff. And it is your turn. I also have this wood, which I can use to build an empty food building if I need it.
Well, I can't win the game without a sword, so let's do what we can to get a sword.
Yeah, you get a long crack at getting the sword.
Because I have to build one of the sword buildings in order to win. So, to make a sword, I need a black and a gray, and a gray bucket. So there's an available gray here. So let's start with that. So we're gonna do food to gray. Then I need a black to smelt it with. So food to black.
This one's also black right there.
It doesn't matter unless I build a smelter. Which, you know what? I probably am going to build a smelter.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting on the other smelter, so...
So, food. Food to stone. Stone.
I'm gonna
smelt.
leave this on here until you actually decide where it goes.
Actually, that would be through 2 now. But it's I think it's the same. Oh no, it has to be a forest. So we're gonna do here.
Yep, so that one's free.
These two.
It'll cost you 2 more time there to bring that down to the smelter.
To smelt.
And which white was it?
This one.
This one?
No, I took it already.
Oh,
It's a gray.
Oh, then flip the token. They're two-sided.
Because sword is gray, right?
Yep. But where'd the cylinder come from? Like, I don't have a gray cylinder.
Right here.
Okay. There we go.
I had it right. You were just overcorrecting.
I just couldn't see the cylinder.
But now you made me completely lose track. I want a sword. So...
You got one more action before...
I need a black.
If
so
you're going to take a super longer, you do one more, and then you...
I feel like I have to take a super long. Stop. Okay.
And again, if you're playing a 3 or 4 player game, this whole super long thing doesn't come in, because you don't stay behind people.
Food to black. This plus this turn into a sword. Let's do the mine while I'm thinking of it. This mine expired, so let's draw that while I'm thinking of it.
Yep.
I have to think about this for a second because this actually matters.
It's gonna be real
Another
close.
sword.
I don't know who's gonna pull this one out.
So we're gonna do gray, black, gray. Sword. What else do I need?
Food.
Food. What else do I need? Stone. So I'm actually going to turn this into stone. Food, because I still need a food. Now, do I stop here and hope you can't build both buildings without a sword? You don't have a sword, and you need a sword to win, so you'd at least... Do you have a sword right now? No.
I do not. because there's only...
Is there an empty sword spot?
There's one I could build.
I actually think my winning move is to stop here and let you build this. Have you build another sword.
You know
smelter.
what's working in my favor? Is that in order for you to win one shot, you need the building underneath.
Yep. So I think I want to stall and let you...
I think I've got this. But let's see.
I think you do too. But I actually think I have a better chance if I stop here.
It is definitely in your interest, yeah, to stop here. So I'm going to have to consume all of these. So...
And these are consumed next turn as well. But I don't think I'm going to make it. I think you can build both of them this turn.
I don't know that I can... I don't think I can build both of them this turn, but I also don't... I also think that I'm going to get to the... I'm going to get to the sword underneath before you do.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1, 2. And I have so much other stuff on there that I can't exactly just...
Either way, the game is, like, really close to
1. And then I will build on grassland. It cost me 1 because it's 2 spaces away. It's going up here. This is consumed. And then it will again cost me 2 to get this over here. That'll get me 3 points. How many? I have 4 actions left. And there's a thing I absolutely need to do. And I gotta see how in the world I'm gonna do it. Okay, so I need to not waste this.
But clogging up the sword is the thing I can get most in your way. Because that makes you spend at least 2 to get a stone.
Yep, and now I'm going to have to...
Because the sword building... No, is the sword building a wood? It's a stone.
So I'm going to come over here, and this will let me build that... Oh, no, that doesn't help me any at all. My problem right now is, can I...
Forgive me if I zone out a little bit while you're APing.
Well, I need to actually see if I have the ability to even save this. I might just have to lose that. That's my problem right now, is that I don't know that I can actually keep that, and I couldn't complete both of them in one turn. If I can't keep that, my best move is obviously to start setting up for getting the next one. I'm trying to see if I can save that, because I need, in order to, I can't take it just to the one where you are, and from here I'd have to go 3 spaces, and it's going to take me 1, 2 workers just to, yeah, it's going to take me 1,
I still think
2.
you got this because I need the 4 building to win. I think I'm just delaying the inevitable by 1 turn.
But I am gonna lose this. I don't think I can keep this at all. So what I need is I am going to then need to set up. All right. So I need 2. I need to so the thing I most need to do is 1, 2. I need to control that. Then from there, I need to control that black. From there, things can be very difficult. So I'm gonna then take 2 food, and then I lose this.
Do I try to build both buildings?
There's no way you're building both of those, even in a long double turn. The production chains are too deep, and the distance that you have to move stuff is too great. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but...
I don't think I can win because I need you to build that other building. But I can try to keep you from building the other building. So we're gonna just do it. I'm gonna use this stone to build this building.
So where'd you take the stone from?
Here.
So that's gonna be a distance of 2.
Then I have a food and a sword.
So that's gonna be a distance of, I want to say 3. No, just look at the target. So 1, 2, yeah. Total cost of 3. That'll leave you with 1 point.
Then I need to clog up the sword again. So to do that, I need a gray. There's a gray available here. So food, gray. Actually,
there are no blacks available on the board. That was my priority move, was controlling the one black. I can do
two guys on the same thing, right?
You cannot have 2 guys in the same space.
I can't do that?
No.
Okay.
That's the same way, like, if somebody else is blocking it, like if there's a guy on a space, it's occupied. You can't use it. So where's your time marker? Is he up with my guy now?
He's here.
I think if you were there, he was there.
Then I have to do one more. I don't think I can win. So let's do a food. Change that into a stone. Do a food. And stop, because I don't think I can win.
Alright, I gotta lay all these guys down. So I'm gonna bring this guy over one space.
So take it home, because I don't think I physically can win.
Oh. Well, you're only 2 spaces ahead of me, like, so I don't have a long turn. I don't think I can win this turn either. So I should be up here, having taken that one.
I mean, you can go all the way to here, right?
I could. I gotta real quickly see where I was to start, because I might have put the cylinder 1 space too far forward, and I think it is gonna affect things at this stage. So we don't need to hear that. I do need to see where I started. Nope, I'm in the correct space where I started, so we're gonna stick with that. So by taking this guy over to this gray, I am now even. I'm gonna bring that over to the smelter here, removing the black and the gray. Put me here, and I'm smelting a gray. Then I'm gonna do another 1, 2. And looking at this, I'm gonna move this down 1. I'm gonna set this up. And then nope, this goes to you, not to me. I can't get it all in one go. I don't think you can get it in the number of turns it would take, especially given that I am clogging strategic resources. I think I have just enough to do it. But it's been a very tight game. But I gotta haul things all over heaven and earth here to get them where I need them to go. And that's a mountain building. It's gotta go on the far corner of the board.
Can I see the bag for a minute? I want to see what my probabilities are. These 2 are in it. Pretty good.
And there's one more in here before you.
It's pretty good.
If you're fishing
50.
for coal, there's always that too.
Oh yeah. That's better. Let's do that. I'm going to use this stone to build this building.
Okay, that's going to go
Here.
2 away. That's a 2. That cost you 2 time. These guys are laid down, by the way.
1 time.
Now comes the tricky part.
2 time. So I have a coal, I have that.
What you don't have is the smelter. No, there's a smelter, but it is a good, it's, that's a distance of 3.
We smelting, boys.
It is sensible.
That way I don't lose my guys at the very least. And I might actually stop there. I smelted this. Is the sword open? Yes, but I need an extra black. Which
You don't have enough movement points to get to the sword. It take you like 4 more.
Let's say at least queue up the black. 1, 2.
Okay, that'll end that'll end it. I should be able to get it this turn though. All my guys lay down.
These go back in the bag.
Yeah, they'll go back on the bag. We'll worry about drawing if and when it comes up. All right, so from here...
No, I did that on purpose.
From here, I'm going to spend 2 time to get this out. Okay, thank you. Spend 1 time to advance this. And then these 2 are going to go and make a sword. What is my distance on this? 1, 2. So that's going to be a total of 3. When I make the sword here from this and the black. 1, 2, 3. So I've got the sword. I've got the stone. I need a food. That's 1. I have 3 time. How far does this one have to go? 1, 2, 3. That, which means I would need still 4. Which, is there another way? I don't think that's a better way I could have done this. I think...
This one... Oh, sorry, no, not that one.
No, I don't think there's a better way, but I also think, like...
I think I win!
I don't... Like, you still need to make a sword. So you gotta build that.
That's true.
And then you gotta get a stone, and and it's just as far out in the mountains for you as it is for me, and I'm kind of blocking everything over here. I'm gonna send that back to you.
Okay.
I will get it next turn.
So 1, 2 for a stone. Using that stone to build the sword maker here.
So that alone is going to cost you 2 time.
2.
Yeah, first one's free, so...
Okay, 1, 2. So, way over here.
I'll take you 3 time to make the sword.
1, 2, 3. Sword.
Yeah, and you can get food, stone, food, but you can't move it over there in time.
Well, I might as well do that then.
Yeah.
Food. Yeah, there's not any closer stone that isn't occupied. Stone.
And then another food.
Food.
And then, yeah, my furthest distance on this is 3.
You win!
And that's game.
That was really close.
But you fought me. Yeah,
move behind.
You pushed me right to the very end. You did make some good moves to slow me down.
I gotta say, it's a unique game.
Yeah, it's...
I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's really different from anything else I've played.
Yeah. And this is actually a relatively longer video, especially due to the break in the middle. But
I'm sorry, I had to use the bathroom.
yeah,
so let's wrap it up. It's getting pretty late.
Yeah, but we'll get this up kind of as a tutorial because once again, I think this game is much easier to explain in motion than it is in words.
And I feel like we had a good game too.
I was
literally
tense.
one time. Well, not true. I
No,
was two times. Let's see.
You were
1, 2, 3. I was 4 times behind you.
You were. It was enough. I couldn't get that end, and I wasn't able to get both of those out, obviously. But I thought I had it about when I saw the order of the stack, so that you needed a single 4 to finish it.